going on, everyone? Thanks for stopping by. Doing a little bit more work on the E55 today, just kind of going through everything that was a little screwed up or a little damaged. Today we're going to be replacing these are the dash tweeter speaker covers, kind of tucking to the side. These are known for being super brittle. If you kind of look at them too long, they're just going to break and snap. My passenger side is terrible, so this is what my passenger side looks like. As you can see, it's just kind of just falling apart and all over the place. It looks like trash. So we're going to be replacing them with these. I just went ahead and picked up the set, and straight up, I did not buy the OEM on purpose. For one, if you find new old stock of this, they're going to be ridiculously expensive. And number two, normally you're just going to get a set from a junkyard or from an old car that are just going to be as brittle as the ones that you have. So I went with the China set, which they have a little bit more give to them, it feels like. I can't tell you how amazing they're going to fit inside there. We're going to get them in and see what they look like. I have one, my driver's side. This is what my driver's side looks like. It still looks pretty good. If I can get that one out without destroying it, we'll try to compare them so you can kind of see the differences kind of up close. So in order to take them off, we're going to need one of these, a pry tool. It should just be a Phillips. I'm pretty sure that's all we need. We'll take it from there. Let me set you up on the driver's side, and we'll get that one off, because obviously the passenger side, you can just pull it off. It's broken. So let me set you up on the driver, and we'll get that driver's side off, and then we'll compare the two. So sitting here on the driver's side with your pry tool, there's a little spot right in there you can kind of get into. I'm just going to try to get this up. You'll feel the little clips. Just take it easy. I think there's 3 clips, if I remember correctly. Yeah, there you go. Once you get it out enough, it'll slowly come out this way. Just pop right off. And then pretty cool here, 25-year-old car, the printed instructions on the fuses are still there. How cool is that? Little fuse card. Fuse card still there. Pretty awesome. Okay. So now we're looking at this here. This is the fuse box. I think this is for all your lights. So like headlights, tail lights, all the lights in here. We're going to take our Phillips. There's a screw right there. If you look, you can see, actually mine's cracked right here. And this is how brittle these things are. So you want to pop and get this screw off. Now, I just recommend if you're just taking them off to keep them, because you want to change the tweeter or look back there or whatever, just be so gentle with this. You're just going to kind of want to get it up in here and like just go up with it a little, just like that, like so little bit. Like any more than that, it's already kind of moving off here. And if you come up and kind of out towards you, it should come. So let's see if I'm like this and I'm like, nah, it's a little too much already. So what I'm going to try to do then is squeeze over here on this side. Just try to get, oh, that's a little too much already for my liking. So I'm being a little bit more rough because obviously I'm replacing it. I want to try to save it so we can compare the two. But man, this is being rough. Oh, I broke it. You see, just like that. Such a tiny little touch, and now it's doing toast. It's like I don't want to mess with it too much more than that, but that's why these are so difficult to take off. So let me see if I can like kind of get this up. One right here. Just need to do the release. Oh, I got that one on there. Okay. All right, so that was perfect, and you saw how little I touched it, and it just snapped right here. You can just, there's just no give at all right here. And it's, whatever plastic they used, and then also, we're talking 25 years just getting beat by the sun. All right, let's go get on the bench real quick, and we'll kind of highlight how similar or how different they are. Let's get you on the bench. All right, so we managed to almost save the driver minus this little chip right here, and that's where it's just real prone. Any little thing you pry in here, this is just going to snap so easily. So right off the bat, just kind of look at them like this. They do look, fairly similar. I can tell you that it looks like the indentations here on the driver are a little thicker, than, or a little deeper, I should say, than the China one. Also, the China one has almost like a thicker rim around it, versus this one, it just kind of goes all the way to the end, very thin rim. So if you can look right there and you see through the speaker hole, the aftermarket has the hex pattern through it versus the original does not. Kind of, it's just clear and it goes right through. So looking at that, I see a difference there. And then also this rim around the vent, this has, if you look, kind of like a little line and an indentation. So it's like this is two pieces. If this is also two pieces, but this is just in there tighter. Seems like this might just be a little tiny looser. And then also the pattern here, this has like that, you know, fake leather-ish pattern, and this is a little bit more on the smoother side, no pattern there. So some of those things you're going to think about. And in all fairness, if this car had a lot less mileage, I would probably take more time to find OEM. But something like this, it's just going to be a nice driver. I'm okay with doing stuff like this. This doesn't, you know, upset me too bad. And so I did notice too, the other thing, you know, when I pulled this out, this clip came with it. So I'm just going to go ahead and move this clip over to here. So this is probably the reason why they break. This is why this don't ever want to come off. But it also keeps it from rattling. So, oh, I didn't realize that. Oh, yeah, it's broken. That's how easy it breaks. It's incredible. All right. And that's why you probably should just buy two. Man, why won't this let go? Jesus, like an ex-girlfriend. All right, so I'm gonna take this clip and we're gonna pass it over onto this tab right here. Well, that went in a lot easier than it came off. Perfect. All right, let's go get in the car. Let's see if we can get this in. So if you look, you see these two tabs, you're gonna put those in first and then kind of come down on this one. So just go real easy, real nice and gentle. Let's see how this will fit. I think I'm gonna wipe this down real quick first. Okay, we're getting there. All right, well, that was a little nerve-wracking, but it fit in nicely. Let's make sure that the screw goes back in. So it looks like the screw hole is a tiny little bit off. I'm just going to pull the metal clip up just a little bit here. See if we can get the hole to like line up. Now fitment here on the edges, it does fit good. It's not as tight up against here. I'll show you in a second. All right, there we go. So it's not bad. I'm gonna get you in here in a second, but just I had to play with this a little bit to get it in. Let's pop this back in. Let's see how these lines line up. This one's a little kind of tricky too. You want to get this in first and then clip this in. So about like this. There we go. Oh, I like that. Yeah, that's not bad. I'll take that. All right, let me get you in a little closer here. So pay attention to these lines here. They line up decent, no real complaints. Here too, they line up pretty decent. The one thing I noticed a gap is right here. I believe the stock one was tighter, but that's not bad. I also don't hate the hex in here. Doesn't really bother me. But this lines up pretty good. Hey, I like that. Let's go knock out the passenger. So with this one here, you can see how tight that fits up against there. So I wonder, if, depending on how you install this clip here, we'll kind of slide it in and out. But that line looks good. These lines all look good. I would say here is a tiny little bit off, but not too bad. But finished product there. Both sides, not bad. Perfect. All right, guys. If you need anything else, definitely let me know. I'll have a little bit more E55 stuff coming up. You guys be good. Stay safe out there.